Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome to Season 3. We made it. We out here. We bippin', we boppin'. I'm Slide Whistle.
It's your boy, Immunization. Hello.
Welcome to Season 3, now being recorded in what I believe is Season 5, 6 of our radio program. It's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, and Horde Punching Bag.
Who even knows what the constructs of seasons are on this show anymore? I don't even know.
We've got a lot to talk about. They did a whole Legion remix drop yesterday. Obviously we have more campaign story that's going on in the Ghosts of Koresh. We got Raid.
There's definitely a lot to talk about. I don't know what y'all want to start off with.
So, I'll start with the story. Do we feel, we raided, but I didn't finish it, if it was finished at all. But going up to the portal to Manaforge Omega, do we feel like it was impactful?
I guess by impactful, like, what
I
do you
don't
mean?
know.
What are you looking for?
I don't know why they felt like they needed to split it into two, because the final chapter is you are just beating up the Shadow Guard for their Reshi ribbon. And then eventually you do. And then Saladar comes down and he was like, "Hey, I'm alive again. So you, Soul Scribe, you guys should be my followers." And they said, "Well, I don't really know. I don't know if we should." And he said, "But you gotta." And she said, "Well, we have to. We gotta. So I guess we're bad now." And then you just kind of walk to the portal. I don't know. I was expecting a lot more adventure for this final two chapters here, and it definitely was just like, oh yeah, we had to split this up by 2 weeks just because the season doesn't start until the second week.
Yeah, I can see that. Everything that happened, we pretty much already knew was going to happen. But I guess I don't think the majority of people know. Just looking at how our guild operates, I think it may have been more of a big reveal to the more layman people who just kind of get their information from playing the game and don't seek out videos and content about it. And I do think they had to kind of split it, because it would feel bad if they put all the story last week and then we're like, now wait a week to enter the raid. Or if raid started and they were like, there's no more story, go in the raid.
Yeah, I do think that Aaron's probably right that is probably why they decided to split the story, because I think you guys clocked with the combination of the two things, because it would feel bad if they did it all and then had you wait just to go into the raid. I'm kind of whatever on the story of the things before the raid. Do we want to talk about the actual end of raid cinematics or no?
Why not? I'm assuming you watched the video too,
No,
Aaron.
I did not. No.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
Wait,
go ahead.
Oh.
Go see it.
Yeah, I watched it, and even though I guess just for clarification, we did not kill Dimensius on normal yet. We just started pulling him, so we're 7 out of 8 normal with the guild now, and I really don't know how to decide what phase we're in, even, because I as usual I go in not really knowing anything about anything.
Yeah, we maybe got him. I think we got to phase 2 of Dimensius, but I don't know how many phases he has. I don't know if that's 2 of 5, 2 of 9. We don't know.
Cool fight, but we can get back to that later. But yeah, basically,
well, this is your chance to scramble away if you don't know how the story ends. But okay, wait, are you gone? Because I'm about to say it. Okay, you're gone. It ends pretty much just in a way. Aaron, how do you think it ends? What do you think happens? It's probably right.
We banished Dimensius, and Xalatath says, "I secretly used you. Now I have his power. Midnight will be coming to the world of Warcraft." They've already revealed that they said, get ready for Gamescom, Midnights is going to be released. And then Xalatath is already like, evil again. So I'm like, okay, clearly she breaks whatever truce we have here.
Honestly, you basically you basically wrote it for them there. Basically, she double crosses us. Not surprising.
Yeah, the only thing that you missed was she's inside of the Dark Heart with Dimensius. Locust Walker picks up the medallion, and Illyria goes, "Locust Walker, wait!" And he goes, "What?" And then he gets incinerated, and she breaks out. Now it's not clear.
No!
It's not clear if Locust.
They had just fought too, so it's extra sad that he got melted.
Yeah, my interpretation is honestly that Locust Walker is dead. Pretty much. That's how I interpreted it. And also just a little bit more of tea is that Xal'atath basically made it seem as if she was sacrificing herself because to seal Dimensius into the Dark Heart. So everyone's like, "Oh wow, Zali sacrificed herself for the greater good." And then, of course, yeah, no, she didn't. She then pops out and she's like, "Ha ha ha."
Also, I am actively watching this as we discuss it. Yeah, Locust Walker looks at her with his not eyes and in a framing that it's definitely like he's crying a single tear that he cannot. So yeah, no, that man's dead.
But like, is he? I mean, okay, so the subtitle narrations for the video like basically said he was dead. Like it said, like he's been killed. But like, is he dead?
Well, I don't know, because he basically went poof into a million pieces of Rishi ribbons, and then Xal'atath cackles and flies away with the empowered Dark Heart, and then Illyria clutches on to like one of the shreds of his Rishi wraps.
Yep,
and
I'm actively watching it. She's holding a flaming wrap, and then she's closing it and said, "Oh, you fucker, I'm gonna get you in Midnights, releasing in 2026.
So like she has the wrap still. My only thing is, couldn't we just get his spirit or his ethereal energy out of the Dark Heart? I mean, obviously Dimensius is in there, so I don't know how we're gonna do that. But I feel like if Khadgar can shoot out of it, I mean, Locust Walker's no Khadgar. Don't get me wrong. And I'm a little annoyed with Locust Walker. I feel like he went from being this like mysterious, cool guy to being like, we should trust her, and now I'm dead.
yeah, he like over this like 2-week period here, he's had like a heel turn, a face turn, and now he just kind of looks like a chump, honestly. And I'm like, wow, Illyria, this is your mentor? He's kind of stupid.
I'm hoping that this means Magister Umbric will step up and become Mr. Cool Void leader guy now that Locust Walker's out of the way. He can be all the Void leader people.
I was about to say he can step in and be her man, completely forgetting that she, A, has a husband, and B, has been married for like, or common law married for like 900 years of her life.
Common law married.
Like, I don't know if they never went to a chapel. I think they started kissing on each other in Warcraft 1 and then got stuck in the Twisting Nether for 9,000 years.
Are you implying that they have a bastard son?
I mean, don't they? I thought that the whole thing was that he gave her the light of the burden of the light during a random war campaign, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta fart this thing out before I go to Draenor."
But to double back to the end of the cinematic, Zali flies away, and then she was like, "Ha ha ha, this was fun doing business with you, Illyria. Next time I see you in Midnight's TMTM, I will take all that is dear to you," as if like roasting her mentor into a million pieces wasn't enough. So that combined with okay, so like earlier today, Blizzard released like a preview video of a hype video basically for the trailer that they're going to be releasing at Gamescom, which I think is next week or in a few days.
It is the 19th. I made sure because for some reason I knew it was 1 and then a number that had a Humpty. And so I was like, if this is 4, like 1-4 as in today, I was like, I got to make sure I watch that or else I'm going to look like Boo Boo the Fool. But no, it is 1-9 as in 5 days from today.
How long is Gamescom? Didn't it start today? Didn't I see that?
You know, I don't think so. I think there was another one that was happening too. I really don't know. This is actually the only thing I care about from it. So, but they released a little hype video, and it was basically like the Void is coming.
Gamescom, by the way, is 20th through 24th. So they're releasing
wait.
it before it even starts.
So it's not even at Gamescom. What the fuck?
Maybe it's the 20th for them. Maybe it's the 19th for us because it's in Europe and time is weird there.
Okay. That makes more sense.
So, what did y'all think of the raid? We went into Manaforge Omega. I went through about 6/10 of it. The people at home would call that 3/5. What do we think about it?
It's really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Howard.
I mean, like, I think it's fine. I honestly kind of dig the use your Rishi Ribbon extra action button to fly around the raid. I think that is, a fun little aspect of it. I will say it feels like there's a lot of trash. I feel like we've been hashtag blessed for the last few tiers that have had not a lot of trash in between bosses, and this has just felt like, even if it's not a lot of trash mobs, I feel like we're hoofing it a lot around here.
I guess that makes sense because you figure you already have a built-in army with the Shadow Guard, and then now also Saladar pulled in the rest of the Wanderers to be here. So it's like, when it's been established there's going to be a lot of mummies, you got to see a lot of mummies.
It's a lot of mummies. Wait, so you don't like the extra action button?
No, I don't like the extra action button.
Why?
Because I forgot to do it twice, and I definitely fell off and dinked my head into the void. I
will say, I don't 100% blame you on this, because they have portals on the edge of cliffs, basically. And I feel like it looks very similar to things where it's like, you can just like walk through them and it would teleport you, or walk up and click on it and like, or one of those two things. And it's like, if you get close and then you can't click on it, then it's like, well, I guess maybe I could just jump through it. But nope, you would fall to your death. You need to use the Rishi Wrap extra action button to then turn into a little essence and fly around.
And I ruined myself because it was always over my buttons. I said, let me move this to a place that I don't care about. So I don't see it come up, or didn't rather. And because it was in like the upper right of my screen. And then, so yeah, I'm like, well, time to auto warp my way through. And I definitely put one foot in front of the other and fell into the void no fewer than 3 times.
Well, one of them, I think, was just a hole in the bridge, right? Did you fall on that one, too?
Yes, I also fell in the hole in the bridge.
I was in that one. I fell in that one.
Because I was setting up what Cubby Bub and I were going to do for our anniversary, and while I had turned my head, I watched myself go, come on!
I highly recommend binding your extra action button. You can bind it in the settings. I just made my Shift E. It's super easy to press. I always remember it now, and now I can fly through the raid without having to fucking worry about clicking it.
Yeah, especially since there's bosses where you need to use that extra action button.
How many? Because I only experienced the one. The janitor at the beginning used it. Is it a big feature in Dimensius and other guys after the Demon Hunters?
We use it in Saladar to go, like, remember Razagath jumping through the platforms where she blows you through the platforms? So you have to use it to go to the platform. Dimensius, we didn't. I guess we have to use it to start the fight. And I think as the fight goes on, you do use it to, like, climb higher, I think, to, like, zoom up.
Also, Dimensius has, like, T-Swift levels of flying to different platforms, dragon riding, and dodging asteroids, which is... I was kind of hoping that mechanic stayed in Dragonflight, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not excited because they made it so you can't just fly top speed. Maybe you can, and people were saying you could like shift your camera and looked up. But as you fly to the next point, it's not as hard as it was in Dragonflight, except there is a large asteroid that hurtles through the air. Sometimes the asteroids have holes in the middle that you can fly through. They claim they always have holes in the middle, but sometimes I couldn't find a hole on this bad boy to get through, and I just got whopped and fell to my death immediately. So if you get hit, you die.
I've been there,
yeah,
brother.
I found it easier to just like wait and then wait for like don't start moving until the asteroids are like close enough that it's easy to dodge them. Which probably isn't like good either, because then we like miss out on some DPS, but I'm like, oh, whatever.
So, which bosses do you feel like really stood out? And I know it's tough because we only went through normal, or most of normal, but what are some standout players in this one?
Honestly, I believe our second boss that we did was Moth, Spider, Lumathar, and I was a little worried because that is the boss we wiped the most on our first attempts here, and I was like, damn, this isn't looking good for Uno Mas here, struggling on the second boss. But then like the next 4 or 5 bosses after that, we like 1 or 2 shots. I was like, oh, okay, maybe Lumathar is just kind of hard.
Yeah, Lumathar was giving me Poison Dragon vibes from Emerald Nightmare. I forgot her name. I was like, oh, fuck, we're not going to be able to kill this, are we? And then luckily we did. People got it, but... and that has the trinket everybody wants, so that's going to be annoying, having to kill that bitch and fight for the trinket constantly.
But my standout boss so far, I'll probably say Dimensius at some point when we see most of the fight, but the optional Soul Hunter's Demon Hunter boss I think is my favorite currently. Also, I'm like, how is this optional? You like have to walk by it, don't you?
I did check there. It's weird. Like, it's not like it's like, oh, go to the left and they're there, or you can go to the right. But you can hook a really, like, tight turn around
go
a
through
rock.
like the like go through the mountain pass that's like really doesn't even look like you should be able to go through it.
Yeah, like it's almost like if you use the same tactics as you're avoiding trash in like a Mythic Plus, you can technically avoid the clearing that they're sitting in.
I like that they're optional only because I feel like they did it for a raid lore perspective. The Soul Hunters don't give a fuck about what's going on in Manaforge or Omega. They don't care, right? Am I wrong in that they don't care about like
I
what
don't
the rest
even
of them are
know
doing?
where the other two came from. Like Andicus in the story, or even a side group or side mission, was absorbing Void and then went insane. And so you and like the Void Elf scout they're building up had to push him into a portal. And she's like, I don't know where he went. He went somewhere. But like, where are his two friends? Why is there just... I get he's crazy. Why is there a night elf and a blood elf who are like, and I guess we're crazy too?
Yeah, it says the Soul Hunters. Yeah, who are... Does it have any, like, what does the adventure guy say about them?
So it's Adderus Duskblaze, Velarin Bloodwrath, and Alyssa Dark Sorrow.
Alyssa Dark Sorrow sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's because I was looking up drops earlier. Yeah, I don't really know what they're... Like, I feel like we should know what they're there for, but I couldn't tell you right now. I really liked Fractalus because I was surprised at how fucking easy he was. You literally just playing, like, reverse Brick Break. Well, actually, and then you play Brick Break. So, like, you have to, like, line up, and he sends, like, blue Tetris blocks at you, and you kind of have to, like, line them up. There's, like, 4 different things, and they can't overlap. And after every so often of the bricks, then he does a bitch slap. And he bitch slaps people into the bricks, breaking them. It's like a goofy Nippler Brickler fight.
Speaking of Nipplers, we're eating good so far this patch because we have... well, first off, we have the Nippler from the Ecodome, which is the worm one, like the first boss. I don't remember exactly what classification of Nippler that is, because like you can technically walk around them.
Yes, it is a proto. That protos being that you can walk all around them. Traditional Nipplers being you just fight their face parts, their chest parts.
Okay, so but in the raid we have 2 traditional Nipplers. We have Fractalus and then Dimensius himself.
And is this controversial? Do we have a inclined Nippler in Lumathar? So we see Lumathar's whole body in part 2 of the fight because it drops down and it fights you. Have we looked up to see if their body is in a hole obscuring it during phase 1?
So, okay, I did actually turn to Slide Whistle and ask him this during it. Because, yeah, as you said, Lumathar starts in the ceiling and is, like, hanging down. If anything, it's like an inverse Nippler, really. Because, like, I don't know, if we were, like, on the ceiling fighting it upside down, it would be a proto-Nippler, probably, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because it's a circular arena.
Yeah, so I would say that Lumathar is officially, in phase 1, our first ever inverse proto-Nippler.
Whoa.
These kids these days, they're pushing the categories, anything to get on the list. Back in my day, you had to earn your spot on the Nippler list. Now they're letting in any old bug or worm that pops out of the ground.
Also, I just want to say that Lumithar's model is like kind of crazy, but like I like it. It's like makes me feel uncomfortable, which I think is the perfect thing for a boss. I don't know.
Did you guys get any good gear from the raid? Because I didn't get Bupkis, but that's to be expected in week 1, I believe.
No good loot. I'm gonna let you answer that question before I go back to the Soul Hunters. I found something.
Loot in the raid, I don't think I got anything worth mentioning. My vault was kind enough to give my hunter a tier piece, so then I was able to use my catalyst charge to get 2 set already. Even though there was like a suspiciously large amount of mail that dropped for some reason, it was not really anything that was like worth noting. And the things I did roll on, I didn't get because just enough people from both groups were not able to show up like one day or both days or this week in general. So we were able to combine into like one mega exactly 30 person group on Tuesday, a few less people than that on Wednesday. So I just feel like a lot of loot dropped, but it felt like LFR in the sense that all of the things that I wanted to roll on, there were like 2 or 3 people that rolled like 99 or 100. I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, being one big group really kind of makes the loot rolls fucking hard. I didn't think about that. I mean, I guess there's more loot, but yeah, the 100 rolls were fucking coming out of everywhere.
So you have some more intel on these demon hunters?
Yeah, so, okay, I guess lore-wise, they are there because Arteris or whatever wants to eat the void power. Sure, whatever. Now, the Night Elf, Alyssa Darksorrow, I was like, I know this bitch from somewhere. Turns out, I know her sister, Leanna Darksorrow, who is an Illidari member who I save. You save her in the Demon Hunter campaign out of a crystal early on, and then she goes on to help you around the Order Hall. No mention of her having a sister, I do not believe, and I don't know if Alyssa mentions it either, but they both share the same last name, Darksorrow.
Is Darksorrow like the smith of the Illidari? Are these names that they take on when they become demon hunters? Is it like a pope thing, you know, where they just choose like one of the like 6 different last names?
I don't know. I'm looking up here. I did the duty of looking up Velarin Bloodwraith, and it appears that they may be related to Lord Solinar Bloodwraith, who is a Sindorai Blood Knight and Lady Leandrin's second in command. So maybe this force is very specifically people you know's sisters.
Very interesting. When I searched Velarin Bloodwrath, I didn't get any other result. It's weird that searching Alyssa Darksorrow brought me immediately to Leanna Darksorrow. And it's funny because on her page it says not to be confused with Dark Ranger Leanna. You should probably add also not to be confused with her sister, Alyssa Darksorrow. Yeah, nothing on Duskblaze. His just seems to be he's new.
Yeah, he seems to be created just specifically for this task force of demon hunters in this raid.
Really curious where this brings us, because everybody and their mother is speculating that there's going to be a third DPS spec coming to Demon Hunter, and I don't see how.
I believe Blizzard themselves said no.
When?
I'm kicking myself, but I saw there was a Wowhead article that straight up said everyone's thinking there's going to be a third spec. Blizzard officially says no.
I'm Googling. This is what Blizzard said about the Void Demon 8 days ago. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. This is Icy Veins. Which, by the way, Icy Veins has been looking pretty rough recently. I don't know if you looked at their articles. They look like they're AI spam.
They look like AI spam that is specifically made to be viewed on mobile.
Okay, here's the statement from senior game producer George Valev. They say, is this Blizzard teasing a new Demon Hunter spec? They say George Valev says, not exactly. Here's the quote. We ended up making some narrative beats in patch 11.2 around Demon Hunters. Good, they've been it's doing nothing since fucking Legion. So we want to sort of explore that little bit more in the raid. Personally, I always really enjoy raid encounters that are based off of classes or specs. You can tell the abilities are so fucking cool in that fight. It's a really good opportunity for encounter designers to flex different muscles. So it's certainly just a fun exploration on our end to see what's cool and what's not. In terms of a new class or spec, we have nothing to announce, but it does sound really cool. This is kind of giving me fake out, though. It's giving me fake out.
Is it giving Seth Rollins injury?
It's giving. He said no so many times that it gives me yes. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's like a wrestling work is what it's giving me.
So, as a demon hunter, which of the super epic abilities would you personally most vibe with? A blade dance that lasts for like 15 seconds? An eye beam that apparently is like 10 miles wide? Or, I'm trying to think what the last one even does. You jump a lot and very far.
That eye beam. When I saw that eye beam, I went, "Ooh, give me that!" That's so sick. That's a Cyclops untethered fucking blast beam.
And it was just so cool how like what is the ability just called Fell Rush when I think two of them or maybe all of them were just doing it across the arena. It was just so cool. I feel like visually that fight was very satisfying.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. I can only imagine how crazy the fucking mythic version of that fight looks like. They're gonna add like a billion fucking abilities to that thing.
I read that you can't even kill them. You have to eliminate them by making them do their abilities on stairs, and then that just soft locks them and they can't log back in.
Fucking have them go into a wiggly rock and that'll just break everything.
Exactly. That's why they're by those rocks. They expand the arena and you have to get them to fell rush into a rock and they're like, "Ah, shit." Then they have to write to Blizzard like unstick character.
Speaking of rock and unsticking, did you have that thing happen to you where flying into a rock in Koresh space crashes your computer?
No, I didn't even know what this is. You fly into a piece of the geometry and your entire computer is dead?
It hasn't happened to me, but people in our guild were talking about it. I guess Lynn was out there in Koresh and he found just a rock that was floating in Koresh. I don't know if it's like a little rock or how big, if it's a big island, I don't know. But he crashed into it and it broke everything. It shut him down, it closed WoW. And somebody else also ran into that same rock. So just like double whammying out there.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me yet, but I don't know. I feel like it's always been a thing, not like in any zone, honestly, over the years, where if you fly into stairs or some incline or decline at a certain angle, it's like the Demon Hunter thing that we were just talking about. But I think with dragon flying in particular, that like if you hit it at a certain angle, at a certain speed, then it just crashes your game.
The most embarrassing one for me, which I am glad that we're gone from it, is I used to get the spot behind hot dog stands in Undermine all the time. I'd be going to land somewhere and I'd hit the perfect angle and end up behind a hot dog stand and be like, "Oh no, I'm trapped." I had to teleport to Dornigal, and then I had my Hearthstone set to Undermine typically. So if it was already used, I'd have to fly all the way back. And I'm like, "I can't believe I got biffed by the hot dog stand yet again."
Get hot dog, nerd. Have a wiener to go.
That's why I like that Koresh is just a big, empty, purple nothing space. It's like, no hot dog stands for me to get trapped in.
We've got live reporter news from Baba Booey posting about Mountain Dew Baja Blast Midnight. It's not related to World of Warcraft, though?
It does not seem to be, no. And apparently it just came out today as of recording on the 14th. It's purpley. And I just feel like the timing of it's really funny with like the Gamescom midnight announcement happening. And it's definitely been a thing where like Mountain Dew has done purple Xalatath collab. So it's kind of surprising to me that this isn't an official Mountain Dew WoW T-Bell collab.
Maybe they're waiting for the announcement, and then once everybody has their hands on one of the freeze cups, a set of purple toes will slowly descend into your view, dipping them right into the tip of your Baja Blast.
They get 5 little Vienna sausages that they put 5 purple jelly beans on the end of and be like, "Whoa, it's Zally's toes." I'm just imagining the teenagers that work at my local Taco Bell. Can I get a large Baja Midnight? Okay, you want the toes in them? Yes, I'd like the toes in them.
Imagine if they sold like this like little rubber feet with each one. You can just have like a Xalatath, like like how they have like rabbit foot keychains, just like a size 8 keychain of Xalatath's purple ass foot and toe rings on your key rings.
Or they could make like a straw attachment that like then dangles down into your cup when you drink.
Sticks between her toes when you drink out of it.
Ugh.
All right, what's Carlina up to? What's that bitch doing?
I mean, hopefully drinking some Baja Midnight. Welcome back to Growl on the Prowl, kiddos. I'm Growl, and today I'm here with Yvette. Vets, I think I speak for all of us here at the Echo Dome when I say there are entirely too many bee quests. But actually, well, I'm on my 8th or 9th one, and I just got 3 more. How important are these bees? Why do you think Venari has placed such importance on this one bug? It has to be because they're yellow. Please elaborate. Well, how many yellow things are you seeing around here? Next to none, right? Imagine seeing something in a color you've almost never seen before. That would get you amped, right? That has to be it. We could be free if these fuckers weren't yellow. That's quite the logical leap. But if it saves me from having to do any more of these goddamn bee quests, then I'll go and repaint all of these guys to a neutral purple. Anything to clear up this quest log. While I'm painting, let's return to the second half of the show. And with that, we return to part 2 of our televised program.
And to kick off this half of the show, we did not forget about the email that we received from Wooly, friend of the podcast, host of Thrall's Balls podcast. Check it out. He sent us an email that we promised that we would read, which poses us a very important question. He says, clock stoppers. I just had a random thought, and I would like to hear you guys weigh in on it. How short or long do you think a crossover movie of Clock Stoppers and National Treasure would be? Oh, and Growlina is in it to keep it WoW related.
Okay.
Well, first off, Aaron, how does Growlina feel about taking on this important role? Is this her debut on the big screen?
Yes, it's her debut on the big screen. I was about to say, she's definitely been filmed for some events, but those are during her college days. Anything to pay the rent, you feel? She has admitted that unfortunately they are using and abusing her star power on the posters to get butts in seats. They said that after Long Legs, my man Nick doesn't move as many tickets as he used to. So she will be in the film, but she's just kind of going to be sipping soda, like Gaussian blurred in the background.
Hell yeah.
And no matter how close they get to her in the scene, she says that she will just be Gaussian blurred. She'll be fuzzy no matter where she is.
I really want a crossover scene where, so if everybody out here, you guys know we're a Clock Stoppers podcast. So if you guys aren't familiar with the media, you might want to have to go watch it to get these references. But I think I want a scene where instead of a dog being on the fire hydrant being moved into the mail truck, it's Growlina being moved into the mail truck to be on the people.
She's just got a leg arced up. She's kind of squatting, smoking a cigarette. It's like, sorry guys, I gotta let it go somewhere. And then the stoppers.
Oh, sorry everybody. I'm pissing wild over here.
It's in the brackets and everything.
I also feel like Clock Stoppers and National Treasure would be very short, right? It would just be like, and we got it.
Like, they can just stop time and then do the heist. I mean, so, like, maybe it would be longer of them just doing other things.
So, my plot point that I was thinking was Nick Cage comes upon the Magna Carta, and some man's like, I have a flamethrower, I'm going to shoot it right the hell now, in 15 seconds. and Nick's too far away, so he calls his friend Richard Stop. He calls French Stewart from Clock Stoppers. He goes, "You got to stop the clock right now." And he goes, "Oh, why?" And he goes, "No time to explain. You got to stop the clock."
Stop it.
He stops the clock, and then the whole movie is him and French Stewart trying to figure out what they can do with the remaining 7 seconds in order to stop the Magna Carta from getting torched. And yes, during that stoppage time, that was when Growlina was letting loose like a drunk auntie at a barbecue.
Save the Magna Carta. Magna Carta, as if it's like a member of the Carter family.
It was signed the late Aaron Carter. He drew a little keyboard on this one too. It's a national treasure now.
We gotta find the guild that Nick Carter was in. Nick Carter, I know you're a listener to the podcast. Let us know the guild that you were in, and if you remember. Oh my God, what's her name?
Kim. I'm pissed at ourselves for not saving this media, because like not only did Kim tell us the story personally, I think we also found like a blog post where she detailed her entire foray into Nick Carter's guild. So I feel like we can find it. It's probably still out there. What was the blog? Was it Blogspot?
I'll find it. Surely we have screenshots of this somewhere that we sent to each other. But we'll get on the case. But let's go back into the World of Warcraft. Thank you, Willie. If you want to send us questions, send them on over to donotrelentlpod@gmail.com.
But to officially answer the question, it would be short.
Let's do some quick Legion stuff, okay? So they did drop our favorite Wowcast came out. And I really like this crew. This crew's giving me goofy people who were doing inside jokes. And like they were laughing too hard about it, but I knew they were straight up lying to us. I loved it.
You know, we've clowned on Wowcast for too long. I think I'm ready to say it. I think it's good. I think it's good media. It's good content, and I'm here for it. And I think and you just gotta respect that. Like, it's not weekly, it's not monthly, it's not yearly, it's just like whenever the fuck they want to, whenever they have fucking something to talk about.
And usually dropped with very little preamble too. It's just you don't see it, sneaks up on you. You don't know it's coming until that day. It's just like, it's here.
So my favorite thing was when they were talking about how there's gonna be how they're doing Mythic Plus with a fun spin, right? And then one of them goes to the lady and he says, "You love doing Mythic Dungeons, right?" And she goes, "That's right. I love doing Mythic Dungeons." And as they're saying that, the like larger guy in the middle is doing his best to not crack, and then he cracks and just does the biggest like smirk and laugh because like she's lying. I think
it's like us whenever we try to talk about pet battling.
That's what it was giving.
Except, never mind. We don't even lie about that. But that is fun though.
But yeah, big fan. Anyway, so they announced some things that are and are not going to be obtainable. I actually don't remember if they said what's not going to be obtainable. Now that I think about it, that's just like we knew that from before. That's the mage tower stuff. You're going to be able to get Xavius' shoulders, like the ones that everybody wants, the 1% drop, red spiky ones. They're also doing exclusive Fell Order Hall mounts. So, you know your Order Hall mount? Imagine it, but green.
Oh, lame. I
don't know.
Well,
like,
I
Aaron,
guess...
yours was it the disc? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was the disc. It was definitely the smallest of them. But then at the same time, who knows if it... Well, I guess I have to, because Growlina is a mage. I was going to say, for Pandaria Remix, I played as just an entirely different class. But I don't want to unlock the warrior one and then go back and only Booty can use it.
Yeah, I sent you a picture, but I'm sure you've already imagined this in your head. It's just the green disc. But, I mean, the crystals are pretty cool. I think this works. The green druid form, I was like, I didn't even think about the fucking druid form. Like, that is amazing. And all you have to do is level the class to 80. And if you don't want to do that, you can also buy them with bronze. So you have lots of options. I would like to share with you now. Everybody imagine, if you don't know what it looks like, go look up the Priest Class Order Hall mount. Because
shit.
if you
remember... Sorry to interrupt you. I was thinking of that too. I was thinking, where is that weird fucking thing?
And there it is in green. It's definitely one of the most mounts of all time.
I have a lot of words to say about this as the resident priest of the show here. And I feel like it's been documented on this podcast several times, my feelings and thoughts about this mount. So for the listener, and for people who might not know, it is an owl head on a body of... What kind of four-legged beast is the body, what would you say?
It's got really fucking big paws. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like an owl lion, maybe?
Yeah, it's almost like a leonine body, but at the same time, the hands are still like owl paws.
Anyways, I've always felt like it looks so fucking derpy. Before it was like a kind of like majestic, like owl, like gray, snowy owl looking color with then golden features that glowed. So now it is just like fell green. So it just looks like the weird owl of Legion times, but now it looks ill.
This is a controversial statement. I find it more palatable being green because I think it's funny. It reminds me of a parrot. When I would see the priest Order Hall mount, which wasn't a lot, but when I would see it out in the world when it was at stark white, it'd be like that one video of that man, like, there is no coincidence. And then the woman turns to look at him and she goes, ah! That's what I would do when I would accidentally swing my camera and see this thing next to me.
You know, and I will admit, I do have this thing selected in my favorite mounts. So every once in a while, I do get jump scared with the priest Order Hall mount. And
Also,
it scares me every single time.
where do the wings come out? How's this thing fly? Does it run on the
It just
air?
like comes out of the side. Like it gets like wings, I think.
Oh, are they like ethereal wings? Like not part of its body, but they're like angelic, like apparition wings?
I do believe that those are the things that are like golden, I think. Or there's another, actually, there's another mount that's very similar that I associate with this one that has like lion face, but then wings along the body. And I also got it during Legion time. But anyways, this thing, I forget exactly how this thing flies. I do think it just gets wings, I think. Anyways, I will be using it because I think it's definitely so ugly that I like it. The green, I think, does add to it because it makes it uglier.
You would definitely be a standout on this mount because I can't see many. I don't even see the regular one in the wild that often. So let alone the green mint Oreo one.
It's not Oreo.
All I know is that I, for one, am super excited to level my Evoker Greenbert in Legion Remix. I feel like it's a cool way to level an Evoker.
What are people thinking? What I said, people are getting mad. But why would Evoker be in Legion Remix? It makes no sense.
So yeah, that's the thing, everyone. Evokers won't be there. But like Slide said, dummy, why was it there in the first place? That didn't come out for like 2 more expansions.
Like, are they gonna unearth a secret order hall? Like, what the fuck would they be doing? They would just be sitting around like, we don't have anywhere to live. We should be sleeping right now because they were sleeping.
Yeah, you should be able to make an Evoker. When you log in, you're a stone statue sitting in a dark cave, and then that's the whole experience. You can't move, you can't do anything, but you're welcome to log in and sit and wait.
I don't get it. These dumbos.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would think that would be a thing.
Speaking of being a thing, China translated banned 1,820 players who engage in boosting to get the Enterprising Hero Mythic Plus title. And not only did they post the translated version, well, I guess why I translated it, they also linked all 1,820 players who were banned in this list. So if you see anybody on this list, China, you don't let them fucking forget.
I love how China does this. I feel like is this just like public shame? Is that what this is?
It is, and it's even better because it's translated from Chinese. So some of the names are like Pastry Chef from Deathwing, or Give Me Protection from Menethol, Dog Dance from Deathwing, Grain Fed from Blanchard. There's just some like really goofy names. Boom Boom, Flower Shadow from Sorrow. It's hard to tell when the name ends and the server begins because they're also different servers.
Oh yeah, because you figure Chinese you can get away with more like because characters equal words there. So I was thinking like, how do you even get Boom Boom Flower Shadow?
Shout out to Have Some Cheese from Ongoro. I really like
God,
that one.
I wish my name could be Have Some Cheese. Actually, wait, shit. I have to count the letters. Maybe I can.
Yeah, dude, holy shit. Yeah, we should try to like do the can we can't use Chinese characters, can we? It wouldn't let us, right? Wait, it wouldn't let us.
Also, I believe Have Some Cheese is okay because 16 is the limit and that's 14. So I could even pluralize it. Have some cheeses.
We could all fit in this. You could be Have Some Cheese. I could be 2 pounds of meat from Burning Blade, and I guess you could be a liquor milk from Hog Immune.
You know what? What else would I be besides liquor milk?
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool that they posted this list. I guess they said that some players transferred up to 10 times to not get caught. Wouldn't transferring 10 times just get you caught more? That's so stupid.
Also spend a lot of money?
Yeah, I would say at what point what is the cost of this? Yeah, we're paying I mean a transfer's like $30. I don't know what it is in Juan, but it's so just $300 for this WoW title.
I mean, I've heard that the Chinese do that, but hey, they're cracking down on it. It's very interesting. I love it. Big fan of just them being messy and just airing it all out for us to see.
Oh, also, we officially got announcement that in patch 11.2.5, the Diener and Turbo Boost systems are going to be making a comeback.
Yeah, they knew they had to get ahead of it because everybody was like, so is this the last patch, Blizzard? Because, it's everyone's number one question.
Yeah, and also, like, when Turbo Boost ended, then, like, everyone was like, when is Turbo Boost coming back? When we gonna have this again? It's like, guys, the new raid isn't even out yet.
What did we get from... So, Dragonflight, was there a Fated Raids race mount or thingy we got? I cannot remember. Because Shadowlands was very famously Jelly Jr., Jellysworth Sr., and then surely there was one in Dragonflight. Was it just like a lizard? It was just a dragon, and it's like, there you go, there's your dragon.
I can't remember what the Dragonflight one was. Was there one?
I feel like there had to have been, but, like, why do I just have, like, amnesia regarding it?
You got the Voyaging Wilderlings Harness Mount.
Oh my god, I forgot how many fucking of those we got.
It was a Falcor. They just gave us a Falcor for doing it. Who cares?
Yeah, we have a million of those guys.
Honestly, might be, like, in my bottom tier of mounts.
Looks like Legion Remix drops October 7th, so that's probably when we're going to be getting the Turbo Boost as well, I assume.
Nice! So I was about to say, you got a whole, 2 months to prepare, but the content literally just came out. Please pace yourself, everyone. This is all we got until they drop the Midnights. So here's my question for Midnights. Do you think Illyria is going to save her son and get exploded into dust, or do you think her son will die, furthering Illyria's vengeance to then take on Xalatath further into the Midnights?
They're not going to kill Illyria. They can't kill one of the sisters yet. It's too soon in the sister rotation.
If anything, I could also see a thing where maybe she doesn't, die, but she sacrifices herself, a la Sylvanas banishing herself to the Maw, if she somehow has to banish herself to the Dark Heart to then free or revive people who were trapped inside of it. If that makes sense. I'm just shit talking here. I don't know.
I don't know what they've been a thing for all of Warcraft's history, 30 plus years. How come we ain't got rid of one of these sisters yet? There's even an unimportant one. Can we get rid of one of these guys?
I have a feeling with Silvermoon being a important piece in Midnights, you're going to be seeing a lot more of all 3 sisters. Where's
the other one even live right now? Didn't she live in Dalaran? We cracked that big egg.
Yeah, her man died. She had twins, and then she showed up in the 3 Sisters comic. And then that's it.
She live in Stormwind now?
We saw her in Shadowlands. She briefly like arrived in Oribos just to basically talk about the fate of her sister, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they had a Kiki talking about that they didn't like her very much and then left.
Yeah, she attended Sylvanas' trial, submitted to the judgment of her archenemy, Tyrande. They exchanged a little farewell, and that's the last time we saw Varisa. She stayed in the Ring of Transference for a time, discussed how much of their family they've lost, and hoped that one day she could be reunited. And then she just kind of went into the portal and said, "Who knows where I'm going? I couldn't tell you either."
You know, I respect like just being the normie as fuck sister of like that fucked up trio. She's like, I have a family. She probably has like desk job somewhere.
I guess exploding Lyraxian's auntie, Illyria's sister, I feel like that's motivation enough. You can be like, someone died! This stinks! While also keeping things pretty above board. Because, like, Sylvanas, you cannot get rid of her. One, she's already been gotten rid of, and people love her. Illyria, this is her time now. You can't. Varisa, she's ripe for the picking.
Speaking of pick me. It's top toot, bottom boot, medium moot.
Well, side whistle or picking you.
Slide whistle.
Oh yeah, I got a top toot.
Toot.
This is a recent news toot that I was just reading about from 11.2.5 Public Test Realm. This has got to be one of the best things they've added.
Also, why are you Christian naming PTR here? The hell?
It's my top toot. I name what I want, when I want, who I want, where I want. When it's yours, you can do the same.
Carry on.
User interface and accessibility. Recent allies. Fucking finally. A new tab called Recent Allies has been added to the social frame. Recent allies will display characters that the player has recently interacted with through a variety of activities. A player that is a recent ally will display a yellow person icon alongside their chat lines.
Does this just mean like somebody that you grouped up with in a dungeon or something?
I mean, I'm assuming if you did anything with them recently, I'm not sure. It's probably not going to count like walking around the world with, but maybe if I invited them to a group, this would be great for pug raids when a rogue raid leader who's out of control decides to kick me, which hasn't happened in a while. But usually what happens is they kick somebody else and I yell at them for kicking somebody who we needed when they're the bad raid leader, and then I get kicked afterwards. Now I don't have to fucking scramble to figure out who the leader is. I can just fucking look at the side and figure it out. So I don't A, join their group again, and B, can do a little yelling and reporting on my way out.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, it'll just encourage me to report people after I leave a group, honestly. Or like after a dungeon is over. If I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should have reported that person, and then I can just like find them easily.
I'm curious, is the person that is a recent ally will display a yellow person icon alongside their chat lines. How long does that last for? And like, what if like I just like go in the wild and I see somebody and when they're talking, their name is yellow? Would that signify that I interacted with them recently, or is that not what it's supposed to be doing?
So you're telling me that like if I join a like 40-man group to kill a world boss, are all of them going to be your recent allies? So like the entire chat like of the zone will just be recent allies with like that yellow character next to their name.
What if one of them says a homophobic thing? That's not an ally.
Ooh, that's a good point. This should be, can we rename this to recent allies / enemies?
Recent allies / foes.
Recent allies / horde. There's gotta be something we can do here with that. But yeah, top two, big boot, big boot, top two. Aaron, what you got?
Oh no, don't pick me, Immune, you go next.
Oh, well, okay, I also have a top toot then.
Toot toot! Tooty toot!
I don't know that we have spoken about this on the show. I think we've talked about it like in our Discord, which you can get to by going to donotrelant.com where all of our links are. But I am having a specific toot for the music of the new zones, the new raid, bosses. I feel like Demencius's music in particular, I'll hone in on that. I feel like they did a really great job of making a score that ramps up as the fight goes on. It just feels very epic, which is very necessary for the scale of this fight.
It was so good that I was telling people to turn on their music like in Raid when we were on it, and Pablo, who said, "Never have I had on WoW music, but my God, this is one of the best tracks I've ever heard," is what he said, and I think he means of all music. So we just gotta get everyone to turn on Demencius music, and they'll be converted into WoW sound freaks.
Yeah, exactly. I am to the point where I'm like, Blizzard, give me the soundtrack on Spotify for me to listen to, because like, I mean, I know it literally just came out, and I didn't know that they usually do this eventually, but I'm like, give it to me right now, Blizzard. We were also talking on Discord about how the Eco Dome soundtrack sounds very similar to Wicked, which it does, which is an odd vibe for a dungeon, but I appreciate it. But Aaron, now it's your time. Now you gotta tell us something.
I do, and I have to say that I have a mean-spirited top toot.
Mean toot?
Meaty.
Like Raven Simone, my heart is doing backflips hearing that all of you, during the day I was gone, did not finish Demencius. Because very famously, whenever Cubby Bub and I go on a big romantic retreat, some final boss is felled, some achievement is met that I then miss out on for the rest of my WoW career, or at least for like the next month. I was enjoying my time, but as I sat there eating my Dijon chicken at Giorgio's on the water, I was thinking, they're going to beat Demencius, and then we're going to start Heroic, and then I'm never going to get this done.
Wow, I'm glad you celebrated us getting less tier tokens. I'm glad you're happy that we failed on killing the world ender, Demencius, and you'd rather have him win just because you weren't there. Wow. Real Sylvanas in the chat, am I right?
Well, you know what? I looked at him on the interwebs, and I saw that perhaps, Blizzard, he's not exactly the size of Stormwind. I think someone told a little fibberoonie there. And I said, these guys got it.
I do think he is, though. I mean, maybe he isn't, but like definitely like the arena that we have to fight in is huge. And I do think that he's pretty big, too. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you calling him small? You're saying he's a low guy?
Well, I'm not calling him to dinner. Anyways, I was about to say, let's finish this up so I can have dinner, but I already had it. It was a pot pie. It took 5 minutes in the microwave or 35 minutes in the oven. What the heck is that about?
I will never understand. I will never get it. Why? What the fuck would I want to use an oven for? Who the fuck cares?
Because it would taste better? It would be better?
I think it would taste better, but at the same time, I had just worked out. I was like, I want some food in my tummy. Yeah, and exactly. It's like, this might taste twice as good in the oven, but you're telling me this takes 7 times as long? Plus, I got to preheat the damn thing? Fuck that.
I'll just eat the goddamn thing cold.
While I wait for my oven to preheat, though, let's name our gracious, well, we're very grateful to them, rather, our $5 a month patrons. Their names are Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Miskit, the Orchidee Orc. Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Baba Booey McGee, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Jerome, Ollie, Adorno.
There is no such thing as a coincidence. The fact that you're watching this video means you are energetically aligned with me and this message.
Losing the Patient, Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Duff the Horde Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Cilantro, Alex A, Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day.
And Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Join these patrons at patreon.com/do not relent. Where are you guys at?
Wow, we have a full-ass jingle now. You can find me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on twitters.com. And you can watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
Ooh, that's the sound of the void slowly approaching through your unsealed toilet pipes. Quick, seal them. Don't let them come in.
Mom, Dad, I gotta take a big shit. I can't let Dimensius in.
Oh, well, your big dookie will definitely stop Dimensius.
Clog it, Claude. Shove your little dookie in there, or it's your big dookie. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
Now you will all pay, and I will throw the British government into anarchy as soon as I hit the button on my flamethrower. Who reversed the controls on my flamethrower? I had mere seconds of it charging up. Oh no! It's become a makeshift jetpack and I'm blasting away!
Wow, that was quick thinking. Nicolas Cage's character in National Treasure, who I didn't look up. I can't believe that we managed to save the Magna Carta. It's all because of your magic stopwatch, French Stewart. It's a good thing you and the rest of the clock stoppers were here to help, or else the entirety of Britain would be underwater, or at least more than it already is. That's the sound of us laughing at the same time. I decided to do it in one take. A lot of this is improv, just like a lot of this movie. Wow. What do we do now?
Okay. Which one of you bozos stole my piss?
I'd say that we run.